Welcome back to NT Coins World, where we explore the most valuable and fascinating coins in the world of numismatics. Today, we're diving into some of the most sought-after Lincoln pennies, the top 2 Lincoln pennies including key dates, rare errors, and surprising finds that could be worth more than you think. In this episode, we'll take an in-depth look at the 1976-D Lincoln penny and 1977-D Lincoln penny coins that may seem common at first glance but has hidden treasures for collectors and investors alike. We'll break down its history, design features, mintage, current market value, notable errors, and why it's a coin you should watch out for. So if you love learning about coins and want to know if you might have a valuable penny in your collection, stay tuned until the end. Let's get started. The 1976 D Lincoln penny was minted during an important time in US history, America's bicentennial year. While the penny itself didn't receive a special design like the quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins from the same year, it remains significant because of the era it was produced in. By 1976, the US had moved away from copper-silver coinage and fully embraced the modern composition of copper and zinc. However, the penny still retained its 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc composition, which would later change in 1982 when the US Mint transitioned to copper-plated zinc pennies due to rising metal costs. Denver, one of the 2 primary mints producing pennies in 1976, struck more than 4 billion pennies that year, making it a high mintage coin. Despite this, certain factors like condition, errors, and collector interest can make some of these coins quite valuable today. The 1976 D Lincoln penny features the classic design created by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Obverse front, a right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1976 positioned below Lincoln's shoulder. The small D mint mark appears below the date, indicating it was struck in Denver. Reverse back. The Lincoln Memorial, which had been the standard design since 1959, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Above the memorial is the inscription "United States of America," with "E pluribus unum" below it. The denomination 1 cent is placed at the bottom. Since this penny was struck before 1982, it is composed of 95% copper, giving it a total weight of 3.11 grams, heavier than modern zinc pennies. The 1976 D Lincoln penny had a massive mintage of approximately 4,221,592,455 coins, making it extremely common in circulation. Because of this, most circulated examples are only worth face value unless they have unique qualities like errors or high-grade conditions. However, uncirculated, red-toned examples can be worth significantly more. Collectors often seek out these high-grade examples, certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, which can bring in premium prices at auctions. The value of a 1976 D Lincoln penny varies based on its condition. Circulated condition common and typically worth only 1 to 5 cents unless it has an error. Uncirculated condition MS60 to MS64 typically worth around $1 to $5. High grade mint state MS65 to MS67 coins graded MS65 or higher can fetch between $20 to $200 depending on the quality. Top grade gems MS68 and above, exceptionally rare and can sell for $1,000 or more if they display perfect surfaces and sharp strikes. In 2023, some of the highest graded examples sold at auctions for over $1,500, proving that condition plays a crucial role in a penny's value. Errors can significantly increase the value of a 1976 D Lincoln penny. Here are some of the most valuable errors to look for. Double die obverse, DDOA doubling effect on the obverse, especially noticeable in the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. These can be worth $50 to $500 depending on severity. Double die reverse, DDR, similar doubling on the reverse, often on 1 cent or United States of America. These errors are rare but can be worth $100 plus in high grades. Off-center strikes. If the coin was struck off-center, where part of the design is missing, its value can range from $10 to over $200, depending on how much of the design is visible. Clipped planche. A small or large portion of the coin is missing due to an error in the cutting process, making it a valuable collector's item worth $20 to $150, depending on the size of the clip. BIE, die break. A small raised line resembling an extra letter between B and E in Liberty. These die breaks are collectible and can be worth $10 to $50 depending on visibility. Struck on a wrong planche. If a 1976 D penny was mistakenly struck on a foreign or dime planche, it could be extremely valuable, often $1,000 or more. Always check your pennies under magnification to spot these errors, as they can turn a common penny into a valuable find. The 1976 D Lincoln penny is widely collected, especially in high-grade and error varieties. While most circulated examples are not particularly valuable, finding a high-grade uncirculated coin or rare error can make a significant difference in its worth. Collectors often seek full red RD examples which retain their original luster and command the highest prices. The historical significance of being minted during the US bicentennial year adds extra appeal. As copper coinage becomes rarer, pre-1982 pennies, including the 1976 D, are becoming more desirable due to their metal content. For investors, buying certified high-grade examples is a good strategy, as these coins tend to appreciate over time. The 1976 D Lincoln penny might not be the rarest coin out there, but it has hidden treasures for those who know what to look for. From high-grade specimens to rare mint errors, this penny holds value beyond its face. If you're a coin collector or investor, check your change. You never know when you might find a valuable 1976 D Lincoln penny in circulation or an overlooked treasure in an old coin jar. The 1977 D Lincoln penny was minted during a transitional period in US coinage history. The 1970s saw a lot of changes in how coins were produced, especially as the cost of metals began rising. At the time, pennies were still being minted with their original 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc composition. This would later change in 1982 when the US Mint switched to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating to save on production costs. Denver, one of the primary US mints, struck billions of pennies in 1977, ensuring a steady supply of coins for circulation. Despite the high mintage, certain rare errors and high-grade specimens make some 1977 D Lincoln pennies highly collectible today. The 1977 D Lincoln penny follows the same classic design introduced in 1909 by Obverse. Front, a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most recognizable coin designs in US history. The inscriptions include "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1977 at the bottom. The small D mint mark, representing the Denver Mint, is located just below the date. Reverse, back, the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which replaced the original wheat ears design in 1959. The inscriptions include "United States of America" at the top, "E Pluribus Unum" just above the memorial, and 1 cent at the bottom. The coin has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, a thickness of 1.52 millimeters, and weighs 3.11 grams, thanks to its 95% copper composition. The 1977 D Lincoln penny was produced in large quantities, with the Denver Mint striking 4,149,062,300 coins. Because of this high mintage, the majority of these pennies are still common in circulation today. However, uncirculated full red examples are much harder to find, and some rare varieties can be quite valuable. The value of a 1977 D Lincoln penny depends on its condition, and whether it has any rare errors. Here's what you can expect. Circulated condition. Most circulated 1977 D pennies are worth only face value 1 cent, unless they have an error. Uncirculated MS-60 to MS-64. These coins typically sell for $1 to $5. Mint state MS-65 to MS-67. High-grade examples are much rarer. A MS-65 penny can fetch $20 to $50, while an MS-67 example can sell for $200 plus. Top-grade gems, MS-68 and above. Extremely rare, and if found, these coins can sell for $1,500 or more at auctions. In recent years, certified MS-67 plus specimens have sold for over $2,000, proving that a high-grade penny can be worth significantly more than its face value. Some 1977 D Lincoln pennies contain rare errors that can increase their value significantly. Here are a few key varieties to watch for. Double die obverse DDO. This error features doubling on the obverse, particularly on the date. Liberty, or In God We Trust. Depending on the severity of the doubling, these pennies can be worth anywhere from $50 to over $500 in high grades. Double die reverse. DDR less common but still valuable. This error shows doubling on inscriptions like United States of America or 1 cent. High-grade DDR examples can sell for $100 to $1,000. Off-center strikes. If the coin was not struck properly and part of the design is missing, its value depends on the percentage of off-center misalignment. Coins that are 5 to 10% off-center might be worth $10 to $50, while more extreme misalignments, 50% or more, can bring in $100 to $500. Clipped planche. If a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to an error in the cutting process, it can be worth between $20 and $100, $150, depending on the size of the clip. BIE die break. A small raised line resembling an extra letter between the B and E in Liberty. These minor errors are collectible and can be worth $10 to $50 depending on visibility. Struck on a wrong planche. If a 1977 D penny was mistakenly struck on a foreign or dime planche, its value can skyrocket to 1,000 plus, depending on rarity. Always check your pennies carefully, especially under magnification, as errors like these can turn a common coin into a valuable collector's item. Even though 1977 D Lincoln pennies are common, they remain a favorite among collectors due to their copper composition and potential for high-grade or error varieties. Red RD pennies. Our most valuable collectors prefer pennies with their original red luster because they are harder to find than brown or toned examples. Pre-1982, copper pennies are in demand. Since these pennies are 95% copper, they are more desirable than modern zinc pennies. Rare errors drive collector interest. If you find a DDO, DDR or off-center strike, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For collectors and investors, picking up high-grade certified examples from PCGS or NGC is a smart move, as these coins tend to increase in value over time. The 1976 D Lincoln penny and 1977 D Lincoln penny may seem common at first glance, but certain conditions, errors, and high grades can make it extremely valuable. From MS-67 plus gems selling for thousands to rare DDO errors fetching hundreds of dollars, this penny has a lot to offer for collectors. Check your pocket change, you might have a valuable 1976 D and 1977 D Lincoln penny without even knowing it. What do you think about this coin? Have you found any rare 1976 D and 1977 D pennies in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NT Coins World for more coin-related content. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.